Good afternoon, everybody. This is the consolation semifinal. This one between Manitoba and New Brunswick. I will be the play-by-play commentator. It is Steve Cole. I'm excited to see a couple of good teams in this one, and a rematch of the preliminary round game between Manitoba and New Brunswick.
Yeah, Manitoba trying to bounce back after the loss last night with Alberta, a real heartbreaker. And New Brunswick, the start up here, the upstart trying to get above their seed here, try and make it into fifth place round next tomorrow.
New Brunswick, their last result was an 8th place finish in 2015, and with a win that
guarantees a better
finish. The winner of this one will be playing in the 5th place game. The loser will go down to the 7th place game. These two teams will be playing against the opponents of the next game after this, will be between Saskatchewan, and that will also be against Saskatchewan and I'm drawing a blank. Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia will be the game after that, excuse me. And a quick whistle, 45 seconds in, an icing call against Manitoba. Manitoba lost to Alberta 3-0. Like you said, New Brunswick, they were on the wrong side of a 7-1 win, or a 7-1 loss to British Columbia. Now getting that face-off will be Cormier of New Brunswick going behind her net. Picked off by Manitoba, and now around the net once again, number 5 for New Brunswick. Another quick shot that time by Manitoba. Is going to go all the way around the boards. And Ends will take a quick shot, and that'll go high and wide. New Brunswick trying to get out of their zone. I haven't had a lot of pressure against them so far, but Manitoba mounting something now. New Brunswick around their own now, and now with Plord. Manitoba is able to get it once again, and now with Savard, who already has 4 goals in this tournament thanks to a hat trick in their game. That was against New Brunswick. Now with Ends on the near side, she's going to go all the way to number 17, and she'll just dump that in. Rory Rigor. Now New Brunswick looking for their first attack, and this one again picked off by Manitoba, and here comes Sandyland. Sandyland is trying to split the defense, and New Brunswick can take that away from her. A quick shot that time by Misswagen, and deflected in front, and now Manitoba has it in the offensive end. A quick shot, another good save. That time, Shaylin McFarland making her first big save of the night, but pressure is still inside that New Brunswick end. Now Manitoba can get it out. It's with number 8, Danica Namika, and she gets pickpocketed. And now another steal by Manitoba. A couple bad turnovers on the New Brunswick end, and New Brunswick not really getting anything going in this game so far.
Yeah, New Brunswick really struggling in the neutral zone, trying to move forward here, but Manitoba really pressuring hard here, looking for a win to move on to the 5th place game tomorrow.
These two teams have met, like we said before, 4-1 win for Manitoba, and that was in large part thanks to a hat trick by Olivia Savard. Ariana Waugh is able to get that up, but not outside the zone, and Manitoba will just dump that right back in to the New Brunswick end. Now with Chison. MacArthur will just flip that in once again, and it's been a lot of the same thing for Manitoba. Just flip that in the zone. New Brunswick can try and clear the zone, but Manitoba will get it right back to the neutral zone. Although this one looks to be an icing call against New Brunswick, and it will be another face-off in the New Brunswick end.
Yeah, Manitoba pressing hard here. It's been pretty much all Manitoba in the New Brunswick zone here for the first 3 minutes of this game.
They only have 1 shot on net to credit themselves with. A good save that time by McFarland right off of her mask. It looked like she got that one, but Manitoba looking to get something going. They've had the majority of the pressure, just not able to string a couple passes together and get the chance that they want. It's now around the boards, New Brunswick, and the arm is staying down after it looked like number 15 of New Brunswick, Emma Bishop, got tripped up. No call, says the referee. A quick shot by McFarland. She'll cover that one up. Another good shot. It looked like that was number 18, Sarah Dennehy of Manitoba.
Yeah, I think that New Brunswick player just maybe tripped up themselves. It did look like a quick fall there, like maybe a trip, but I think they just fell on their own.
Yeah, maybe she tripped up on her own skate, and the referee keeps their arms down. We're going to stay on 5-on-5 here at the Centurion Arena. Now with number 3, Camille Ends. She'll chip that in and all the way behind the net. Now with the still with Manitoba, Annette Ends will get it once again. Fans on the pass, but nearly got to number 13 in Micaiah Mazur. Now New Brunswick has numbers. A good lead pass now with number 9. and trying to feed it in front. That was to Kaylee Robertson, but Manitoba is able to get in the passing lanes once again, and they're up ice. Still with Manitoba. They're going to try and bring that in front, and another save that time by McFarland off of the shot by number 15, Paige Hubbard. New Brunswick still trying to get out of their zone. Manitoba has relentless pressure in this one, but no shots in the last few minutes for Manitoba. A lead pass trying to find her teammate, number 17, Kayla Robertson, but just outstretched. And Manitoba again can have possession in the neutral zone, trying to get something going offensively. Around the net now with number 2, Alex MacArthur of New Brunswick. All the way down the ice, and it looks to be another icing call against New Brunswick. And that seems to be a theme already, third icing call against New Brunswick, and we're going to go all the way back to their own zone. Manitoba has relentless pressure, as we've been seeing all game long.
Well, we had one good pass up to Chiasson, but she had no one with her and really didn't have any room to maneuver and make an opportunity here for New Brunswick.
No, New Brunswick has not been able to really string any passes together outside of their own zone, and that's really been why they haven't had any shots on net and haven't tested the goaltender at all. Is Manitoba now in front in the low slot, but blocked by New Brunswick. Savar with it on the far corner. She steals the puck, and it's still loose, but Manitoba has it once again. Savar looking for it once again. Still loose between the two players. Savar trying to get it, and it will be number 5 of Manitoba, Miss Wagon. Losing the puck, and New Brunswick now has numbers up front. Just chipped into the zone by Chiasson, and Manitoba is able to regain possession in their own zone. Now with Ringor. Good steal that time by Dennehy, but she forgot the puck, and it's going to go all the way back to the Manitoba end. Rachel O'Toole waiting for her line mates to get set up, and she's ready to begin another rush. Now on the near side. Again, stolen by New Brunswick, and that will be just offside. It looks like number 67, Shani Ruzingo, just a little bit too eager to get inside the zone.
Yeah, New Brunswick now starting to get a little more aggressive in the forechecking once they got in the Manitoba zone. They were trying to push hard and starting to look like they've maybe got some opportunities coming up here.
Shani Ruzingo has a couple of goals in her last few games, so she is certainly one of the offensive talents on this New Brunswick end, and look for her to get on the score sheet if New Brunswick, can get anything going in this one. She is going to be at the forefront of that. Manitoba looking for possession on the boards. A couple players tied up, but Manitoba is able to get it. A saucer pass now to the far side, across ice, and just dumped in to the New Brunswick end. Puck still in that corner. Now with it is Rosignol. Rosignol finds her teammate, but stolen once again. Now in the high slot, trying to get a shot off, but a great block again by New Brunswick. Nice move that time by Clody Chiasson. Now with Hayes. Hayes is going to go back to Rosignol. Rosignol behind the net, trying to find a teammate in front, but nobody there. And now Manitoba can have possession once again in their own zone. Paige MacArthur trying to go cross ice. She's going to get tripped up, dump the puck in. She's going to go off for a change. And a brutal giveaway that time by New Brunswick, but doesn't come to anything as that pass is just a little bit too hot for number 12, Mackenzie McCollum, to handle. Manitoba with it in their own zone once again. New Brunswick starting to get something going. A little bit of zone time for the team in green, but Manitoba is able to steal it right away. Pinched in on the near side. Manitoba able to get possession. A long lead pass. Now still with it is McCollum. McCollum along the near boards, and she's going to take a shot, but another big save that time by Shaylin McFarland of New Brunswick, and she'll cover that one up.
So that's the 4th shot for Manitoba. 4-0 shots for Manitoba to New Brunswick. Again, Manitoba dominating this, but we have seen now starting a few rushes by New Brunswick, but just struggling to put it together.
Yeah, New Brunswick still has not really been able to get any passes inside the Manitoba end, and let's see if they can start getting something going. But really, this game has been all Manitoba the first 7 minutes in period number 1. Now with it on the near side, number 16, Janelle Bastarash, trying to find her teammate, that is Eustace, but she will not be able to handle that pass, and Manitoba is able to go off for a line change after they clear the zone. Eustace trying to find another teammate, but again, Manitoba is right there in the passing lanes, and they're able to get it back into the New Brunswick end. Going after the puck is Gregoire. Gregoire still with it on the New Brunswick end behind the net, but gets her pocket picked. Now with it, Hubbard. Hubbard, a nice pass that time to number 13, Mazur. But that shot goes wide. Now with the Gregoire, trying to find her teammate. She does, now with number 6, Rachel O'Toole. Misswagen tries a shot and no deflection that time as that goes wide once again. Now it's Misswagen. Misswagen, another shot and blocked in front. Misswagen will get it once again. Rachel O'Toole to Gregoire. Again with O'Toole, a weak shot and easily blocked that time by New Brunswick. New Brunswick trying to get a man in front now with number 2, Kate Cameron. She's trying to find usage. She tips it in. She's going to go off for a change. Rachel O'Toole with it behind her own net, being pressured right now by Chiasson. Olivia Savard is going to go up all alone. She's waiting for her teammates to get set up, doing well to keep possession of the puck, fighting off a couple of New Brunswick attackers. Goes down, but the arm of the referee stays down as well. Savard trying to put it in front to her teammate. That was Ringor, and it will be covered up once again by Shaylin McFarland.
Yeah, Manitoba is still pushing. One of the players looking really good here is Misswagen from Cross Lake, Minnesota. She plays now with the Balmoral High School, but I know Misswagen took some of the Balmoral coaches up to Cross Lake and had a summer camp there this year. So great effort by Misswagen, and I'm sure a favorite of the Cross Lake fans tuning in.
Absolutely. Cross Lake native Misswagen doing everything she can to improve her game, and a very talented 17-year-old on this Manitoba team. New Brunswick has it now in the neutral zone. Number 14, Ariana Waugh with it. She'll circle around. Savard pressuring her. She's going to dump that all the way down. And no touch from any of the players, and it will be another icing call against New Brunswick. New Brunswick not able to change. Manitoba looking to switch up their line. Sandylands, MacArthur, and number 8. It was Danica Namaka, the forward line for Manitoba.
So far, Shaylin McFarland having a solid game, having to stop some pretty good shots here for Manitoba.
McFarland, this is her second start. She's played in 3 games after Boudreau was yanked in period number 1 after letting in 4 goals in just 15 minutes against British Columbia. McFarland came in and had a pretty good effort, only let in 3 in the 2 periods and a little bit that she played in period number 1. Manitoba trying to centering that in front, a lot of bodies in front of the net, and it looks to be Waugh getting it once again for New Brunswick, trying to chip it to her teammate, but again, Manitoba able to steal that. Manitoba, another relentless forecheck. They get to steal the puck once again, and Namaka fans on that shot. She has it along the near side. A pass in front from MacArthur, trying to find Sandylands in front, but blocked by New Brunswick, but the puck still in the New Brunswick end. Now with possession, Emmy Chiasson. And it is able to get into the neutral zone again. Manitoba with possession. Just tipped into the zone in a late cross check. That time from the captain of New Brunswick, Catherine Fulham. And certainly not happy about that was Danica Namaka. Referee's arm stay down once again. And the long lead pass is going to go down for an icing call.
Well, I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but certainly it was a bit of contact there, but refs may be viewing it not as intentional. They were just coming off the bench there.
Yeah, no penalties in this one so far. There have been some calls that I may have thought would have been the first penalty of the game, but nothing doing so far. Another centering pass, but that's to no one. And now New Brunswick has it in their own zone. Hubbard with possession. It's now with number 3, Ends, and she's going to find her teammate. Great pass that time, and the shot by Coward is going to go just left of the net. Manitoba still with possession. Some bodies in front on the far side boards, and Manitoba with possession once again, and trying to get a shot off was McCollum. It's now with Kayla Powell. She's going to find her teammate. McCollum has space on the far side board. She's going to rip a shot just left of the net once again. And is going to go to McCollum behind the net. New Brunswick now is going to try and find Cormier, and it will be covered up by Shayla McFarland. She's had to make a couple of saves. No saves so far in this one from Julianne Thompson, but McFarland has really had to be on her game in this one.
Now, Shaylin is a taller goaltender, and that's allowing her to play lower on the ice surface, protecting the ice surface and still able to protect most of the net. So, yeah, McFarland certainly the star from New Brunswick so far this game.
Yeah, she has been busy, and it certainly does help to have that height as a goaltender. A great chance again by Manitoba trying to poke that free, but unable to do that. Another shot blocked, and Hubbard trying to find the loose rebound. Again, it's still in front of the New Brunswick end. A couple players trying to freeze that puck in mid-ice. And now Hubbard has it once again. Hubbard chasing after the puck, but it will go with Cormier. She's going to try and clear the zone, but Manitoba is just relentlessly on the puck. And now New Brunswick has numbers up front. Skating with it, Valerie Hayes, and she's going to dump that in and blocked by Manitoba. The puck frozen. Hubbard in the middle as well as number 18, Stephanie Leger. And poked free, says the referee. Miss Wagon, she finds her teammate Gridgewar. Savard going in to chase the puck and tripped up, but no penalty, says the referee. Now with the number 17, Rory Ringer of Manitoba tries to chip it. She does get it to her teammate and all the way out as she cannot handle that. Rebecca Thiessen is going to go back and cross ice again to Thiessen. Savard's going to circle. She has possession in the neutral zone, trying to get by a couple of New Brunswick defenders. Savard will take a quick shot, and positionally, McFarland has been very good in this one. She's able to square up to the puck and make another good save, and she'll cover that one up once again.
Yeah, McFarland left the 5-hole as a target, but she closed it quickly there on Savard, who scored 3 goals against this team in the round robin, but no goals yet today.
Savard scored 3 against Boudreau. She has yet to see McFarland in this game, but McFarland certainly getting the better of Savard and the rest of the Manitoba team in this one. 2 players from each side trying to bang the puck free on that far side, and now New Brunswick has numbers. It's now with Bastarash. Bastarash chips that into the zone. Chason will dump that to the other side. Shicaloni. And she'll go all the way behind the ice trying to find her teammate Bastarash, but it will be Manitoba regaining possession once again. Now with Olivia Savard. Olivia Savard looking to take a shot. She'll drop it back, and Savard is going to get it once again. Savard's behind the net, looking for her teammate in front. Nobody there. And she's going to go to Powell. Powell's back to Savard. And another save by McFarland off of the shot by Dennehy. Still with Powell from the pass from Enns, and nothing there. Again, trying to center it in front. That time it was Sandylands. And New Brunswick is able to get it to the blue line, but good keep in, by Powell. Unable to handle that pass as Enns, and they will have to clear the zone and set up once again. New Brunswick with possession. Chiasson all alone in the Manitoba end. Manitoba is able to strip the puck away from her and set up. Ends behind the net. Blocked in the neutral zone by Chiasson. And trying to find her teammate, that was Kaylee Robertson, but off the state. But New Brunswick now has possession in the Manitoba end, trying to get a pass. Bang her stick off the ice is Valerie Hayes. She couldn't find it. And now it's with Kate Cameron. Cameron with a shot, and that's just going to go wide of the Manitoba goal. Manitoba still with possession in their own end, trying to clear the puck. New Brunswick starting to get something going in the Manitoba end, but they can get possession once again. McCollum is going to beat out this icing call. Good speed that time by McCollum to let her teammates make the change, and she's using her speed to beat out that icing. Now with Miss Wagon. It is still with Rachel O'Toole. O'Toole now to Lezik. O'Toole trying to go to Lezik once again off the near side boards, and now trying to bang that in front now with number 19. That was Coward, but another save by McFarland. Mishwagen. Mishwagen will take it herself all the way behind the net and is trying to settle that and pass again. McCollum with the backhanded shot, but blocked once again by New Brunswick. Rachel O'Toole is going to have to go all the way to her own end to retrieve that puck. New Brunswick able to make a change. Rachel O'Toole trying to go through the linesman to look like, and unable to do so, and New Brunswick now has possession in the neutral zone. Catherine Fulham unable to get by the two Manitoba defenders, and now it is with McCollum once again. Mackenzie McCollum going down the near side, not able to get by Dominique Cormier, and she'll be able to clear the zone. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in period number 1. We're still scoreless in this one. 10-0 the shots on goal in favor of Manitoba. It's now with Cormier. Cormier now to Leger, back to Cormier. Fulham is going to take a shot, and that's going to go well wide. Trying to find Bishop in front, maybe looking for the deflection, but Bishop unable to get that one, and they'll be out of play. And New Brunswick is able to get their first face-off in the Manitoba's end.
Yeah, so New Brunswick certainly starting to set up some good plays here. And you mentioned one of the New Brunswick players trying to go through the lineman. That lineman is Beliveau. She's actually a top strongwoman competitor. Wow. So that's not the linesman you want to try and push through.
No, you are not going to get through her very often.
Yeah, so New Brunswick starting to come to life here with 3 minutes left here in the first period.
Looks like it's a bit of a equipment malfunction from Julianne Thompson, as it looks like her pants came a little loose on that one, and she's going to have to tighten them up, and we're ready to go back and play some more hockey. New Brunswick having their first face-off in the Manitoba end, and won by Bishop. Bishop trying to find her teammate Fulham, but Manitoba able to regain possession once again. Now in the neutral zone is New Brunswick. Bishop unable to get it by, but she will steal it from ends, and Bishop with it now behind the net. Bishop looking for some teammates. She does find her teammate Heish. And now Manitoba with Gregoire. She will try and chip it in herself, but blocked at the line by Cormier. It's Mazur. She has space, and she's going to go into the slotting. A backhanded shot is going to go just wide of the net. Trying to jam it free is number 10, Gregoire. Excuse me, that's number 15, Paige Hubbard of Manitoba. A quick shot that time by Powell, blocked in front by number 14, Ariane Waugh. Savard trying to battle in front. She is not able to do so, and New Brunswick has possession with it behind their own net. Still with Waugh. Now it's with Mishwagen. Mishwagen finds Savard behind the net. Again to Mishwagen. Mishwagen has it on the near side. She is going to chip that in, and New Brunswick has possession with their own end. Amy Chason for New Brunswick. Valerie Heish. She's going to try and get it inside the Manitoba end. Does so successfully, but two Manitoban defenders quickly close on her, and she has to retreat all the way back. Savard trying to poke the puck free from Waugh, unable to do so. It is behind the New Brunswick end. Still with number 17 of Manitoba, Ringer. Mishwagen is going to take a shot. She's going to try and find her team, and it's going to be deflected in. I'm not sure who got a touch on that. It looked like it was number 18 in front, Sarah Dennehy, but Mishwagen could have banked it off the New Brunswick defenders, and that'll be going as the game's first goal in this one. As we look on the screen.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mishwagen was just to the left side of the net, and there was a New Brunswick defender. It may have gone off the New Brunswick player's skate or hockey stick, trying to stop it, and that got by McFarland. The first goal by McFarland, but I don't think you can blame the goalie on that one.
No, I think Mishwagen did get that one, as she is going to get goal number, or her first goal in this one, her third point in this tournament after that. So shot is going to go well wide, but deflected by the New Brunswick defender, and that'll be goal number 1 for number 5 on Manitoba, Kenesha Mishwagen.
So that's the Cross Lake native, and I'm sure there's folks tuning in from Cross Lake. She's a big part of the Cross Lake community, really trying to promote hockey there, and now she's got her first goal of this tournament.
Absolutely big moment for Misswaugan. That's the 11th shot for Manitoba, still 0 on the board for New Brunswick. Manitoba trying to get goal number 2 as the clock is starting to wind down. Just 30 seconds left to go in period number 1. It's Bastards trying to get inside of the Manitoba end. Good pressure by Manitoba to stop her from doing that. Bastards still has it behind the net. Trying to set her in front, looking for her teammate Eustace, but Manitoba is able to corral that puck, and they have time for one more rush. Still with it for Manitoba. Manitoba trying to center it in front. And that is going to be how we end period number 1. The score 1-0 thanks to a late goal by Kanisha Misswaugan. About 1 minute left to go in period number 1. 12-0 the shots on net after 1.
Yeah, definitely a dominating performance by Manitoba, but again, you got to hand it to Shaylin McFarland for keeping it to a 1-0 game at this point.
We'll be back with more women's hockey action, this consolation semifinal game, in just a few minutes. Welcome back to this one here at the Centurion Arena. This one between Manitoba and New Brunswick. What we thought was going to be a scoreless first period for a lot of the game, and quickly in the last minute or two, it was number 5 for Manitoba, Kanisha Mistwagen, scoring a goal deflected off a New Brunswick defender and went into the back of the net. But really, Steve, the story of that first period was the play of Shayla McFarland.
Yeah, the goaltender from Amira Miche, New Brunswick, has had a solid game here, playing really well down low, and she's a taller goaltender. She's been able to play really well against this Manitoba team, and she plays with the Rothesay Netherwood School, which is where the head coach of the New Brunswick team, Kyla Blackmore, is from. And so I think Kyla Blackmore given an opportunity here to McFarland, and McFarland taking full advantage of this opportunity to start this game against Manitoba.
McFarland, one of 7 players on that Rothesay Netherwood School in New Brunswick, and she certainly is well acquainted with her head coach and has a lot of faith from her head coach as well. New Brunswick still waiting for shot number 1 in this game. We're held shotless in period number 1, but they do get a quick chance. I don't know if it'll go to shot at goal, but nonetheless, it was Juliana Thompson covering up on that play. New Brunswick really did not get anything going in period number 1. A couple of times they were in the zone, but really couldn't center any passes in front, couldn't string any passes together in period number 1. I'm sure that the New Brunswick head coach really talked about getting something going, doing anything, getting some shots on the goaltender in the dressing room. Now with it is number 4. Chiasson will keep that in the zone, but not for long, as Manitoba is able to steal that once again, trying to get it in front. It looked like that was Sarah Dennehy was the intended target. Dennehy with it behind the net, looking for Savar, but Chiasson is able to steal the puck once again. Now with Heish. Heish is going to throw it for Rosignol, but just out of her reach, and Manitoba is able to regain possession once again. Now with Savar, lots of room for Savar. She's going to take a shot blocked that time by Ariana Waugh. Right in front now for number 17 for Manitoba Ringer, but she cannot get the shot off. Now with lots of room is Rosignol. She has players streaking in. Rosignol is trying to make a move. That time on to number 4, Powell. But Powell makes a good move and stick checks the puck away. And up the center now is Manitoba. Namika trying to get by number 10 of New Brunswick, LaPlante. She does so successfully. Great chance for Manitoba, blocked by New Brunswick. O'Toole is looking for her teammate Powell, but didn't realize that Powell was already in the neutral zone, and that puck is going to skate all the way down to the Manitoba end. It's still on the stick of a number 6, Rachel O'Toole. O'Toole is going to dump that into the New Brunswick end and has teammates behind the net, and McFarland had to be ready for that one. Now with it, number 9, Sandylands. Sandylands going to go to Mistwagen. Back to Sandylands. Mistwagen ready for the shot, and she just fans on that one. Rachel O'Toole will send that into her teammate Sandylands with it once again. Battling forward, number 16, Paige MacArthur, but New Brunswick is able to get possession. Now with it, Eustace. Eustace can't get by O'Toole, and O'Toole is going to give a weak pass, and New Brunswick steals a backhand shot, and that was the first big save by Juliana Thompson off of the shot by Olivia Eustace of Riverview.
I think that might have been Marielle Martin who might have taken the shot there, number 19. She went top shelf, but the goalie for Manitoba able to block it. But that's the best opportunity New Brunswick has had in this game. Nice little setup here.
Yeah, you're right. It was Marianne Martin of Moncton and New Brunswick trying to go top shelf on Juliana Thompson, but Juliana Thompson makes her first save in this one, and it's a pretty big save. She's being cold, and it's so tough as a goaltender trying to make a big save after that, and she did successfully, but really she saw no pucks go her way in period number 1. Now with it behind the net for Manitoba, it looks like it's number 2, Alex MacArthur. MacArthur's going to go to number 7, Rebecca Thiessen. That's tipped at the neutral line, so it will not be an icing. Trying to chase after that is Stephanie Leger. Thiessen with it now. Thiessen's going to try a shot, blocked by Bishop at the high slot, and Thiessen will get it once again from her teammate, trying to go 5-hole and easily close that up is McFarland. Coward trying to get the shot. Fans on that one, and now New Brunswick has numbers going up front. Now with number 12, Catherine Fulham. Fulham's going to take a quick shot. Great blocker save. That time by Juliana Thompson. She's not done yet, though, as the pressure still in front and right in front again. And she had to lunge over and just not able to get the shot on. Was from New Brunswick, I believe. That was number 72, Erica Plord. Now with Manitoba, she's going to take a quick shot, and it will go wide of the net. Again, New Brunswick is able to get possession with it. Emma Bishop. Emma Bishop finds Fulham. Fulham with it once again, finds Bishop, and she just cannot handle that pass. New Brunswick really getting some pressure now in this second period. Paige Hubbard behind her net. The pass intended for Missouri doesn't get to her, and New Brunswick has possession stolen by Missouri behind the net. Plord looking for options in the center. She does, and it's going to be another big save by Juliana Thompson. Lots of speed from Manitoba. Dennehy has it on the far side, trying to get by the New Brunswick defender, Chiasson. She does successfully, although she gets her pocket picked. All the way into the neutral zone, but with it now is Camille Enns. Heish finds Rosignol going into the zone. She has space, drops it back to Plord. She has some time, and it will be a quick shot and handled by Juliana Thompson. Still with the Rosignol behind the net, looking for options in front. She's going to do a quick pass. That time it looked to Valerie Heish, and again, Juliana Thompson had to be ready. Dennehy. Now with it, Olivia Savard. Olivia Savard using some good strength to shield off the New Brunswick defender, but the centering pass just out of the reach of Dennehy. On her knees trying to find her teammate was Heish, unable to do so, and now Manitoba numbers once again blocked in front. That shot by Savard. Savard again trying to find a teammate in front, but blocked by New Brunswick. Unable to handle that and keep it in the zone was Misswagen. Misswagen, the goal scorer for Manitoba, looking to get goal number 2 in this one. She's going to take a shot again, blocked by New Brunswick. Ringer keeps that in at the blue line. Ringer has space, trying to chip that in front, and it will be gloved down and held onto by Shaylin McFarland. A very energetic 6 minutes we've seen here in New Brunswick, really getting something going. It was 13-0, the shots on net after one, now 15-6.
Yeah, so 5 shots there by New Brunswick in about a minute's time, and they had Thompson on the ground, the goaltender for Manitoba, and they just missed that excellent opportunity they had to tie this game up.
Off the faceoff, Manitoba had a couple of chances. Now with Thiessen. Thiessen trying to get past Eustace. She's just going to pick that in the New Brunswick zone, and it will go back to Thiessen. Sandylands tries a shot, and that's going to be blocked once again by New Brunswick. Now with Eustace. Coming into pinch was MacArthur. And now Sandylands has space inside the slot. She's going to take a shot, and another big glove save by Shaylin McFarland. Already 17 saves by McFarland in this one. Yeah,
McFarland still playing steady here for New Brunswick, but New Brunswick coming alive here in the second period. And they only have 6 shots, but most of those have been really, really good opportunities.
Yeah, certainly Juliana Thompson, after doing really nothing in period number 1, has certainly had to be on her game, and she has been. Still seen that goose egg under the New Brunswick team. New Brunswick trying to get it outside their own zone. Kept in well by Manitoba, but now they are able to get it out. Robertson with possession on the near side. She's going to try a shot, but blocked by Powell. It's Enns in the corner trying to fend off the New Brunswick attacker, and just clearing that down the end will be Powell, and it will be an icing call against Manitoba. And New Brunswick will now have a face-off in the Manitoba end, trying to get some more shots on Juliana Thompson.
And I think that might be one of the first icing calls against Manitoba in this game. Manitoba is starting to get, I think, a little bit tired here as New Brunswick comes on strong.
And unfortunately for Manitoba, they're not able to make a line change because of the icing call. And New Brunswick has a pair of fresh legs out there on the defensive end. Now with it, Fulham in the offensive end behind the net. She's going to try and find her teammate, but Manitoba is able to regain possession once again. Now with it in the neutral zone, a pair of players get checked inside the boards, but it will be number 1 of New Brunswick, Shayla McFarland, once again having to cover that one up.
So we are 7.5 minutes into the second period, and yeah, this is a nice matchup. If New Brunswick just needs 1 goal to tie it up here and make a really good competition here.
This is the 3v8 seeding as Manitoba came in second place in Pool A. New Brunswick last place in Pool A, as that means that they have played each other. It was a 4-1 game when they played each other in the preliminary round, and this one is starting to be a little closer than this one, although Manitoba is certainly dominating and showing that they are maybe the superior team in this one, but New Brunswick doing really good to keep themselves in this and giving themselves a chance.
Yeah, the underdog playing very well here now.
And now with it on the near side boards, it is Bishop trying to get some speed. She has teammates trailing towards the center of the net. She's trying to find one of them, but blocked in front of the net. That was number 19 of Manitoba, Coward. Now with Leger. Leger finds Fulham. The captain of the New Brunswick team is just going to dump that in and chase after it, and covered up once again by Juliana Thompson. Thompson is one of the many players on this Manitoba team that's committed to a university, and we see a lot of teams from Ontario, the team I called yesterday, they're all going to go south. Juliana Thompson, although is going to leave province, she's going to go to York University in downtown Toronto.
And a number of these Manitoba players are committed to the University of Manitoba, which is going to face Alberta tonight in the Canada West Final. We got a best-of-3 series coming up for the Canada West Final. It's going to be Manitoba versus Alberta starting tonight at 7 p.m.
So you can ensure that Camille Enns, Kate Gregoire, and Sarah Dennehy will be tuning in to see their future teammates battle Alberta in that Canada West Final. Valerie Hayes behind her net. She's getting battle along the boards as well. Quick shot in front, and Thompson had to be ready for that. Hayes still has it behind the net, looking for a teammate. Another quick shot, and blocked again by Manitoba. Great chances that time by Shani Rosigno, but she cannot get one on target. As Shani Rosigno, one of the forefronts of the New Brunswick attacks, has a goal in a couple of her last games. Valerie Hayes with it once again, and now back to Rosigno. Rosigno will go in the center of the ice all the way back. She'll circle around and look for some teammates. Now with it, Wah has space. She's going to take a slap shot off the blocker of Thompson, and it's a rebound goal. I'm not sure who got it. It looked like it may have been Shani Rosigno getting the final touch on that. She's going to lead the charge, and Rosigno at the right place at the right time, and she's able to poke that one into the net after an outstretched Thompson made the initial save. She could not get the second.
Well, how do you do? New Brunswick back in this game. Rossignol, a beautiful second effort to get that goal, and the New Brunswick fans are on their feet here. It is a tie game. Oh my.
After being outshot in the first period 12-0, New Brunswick has been able to storm back, and whatever the head coach of New Brunswick said during the first intermission, it certainly has worked for New Brunswick as Shani Rosigno gets her first of the game.
And that's third of the tournament. The highest scoring forward for New Brunswick has tied up this game. My goodness. Well, this arena has certainly woken up here.
Absolutely. 19-8, still a shot on goal in favor of Manitoba. But what matters is that it's 1-1. Savard trying to wrap that one around quickly. Powell's going to take a quick shot, and a great save once again by Shayla McFarland.
So McFarland holding New Brunswick in here with another save.
Yeah, Powell had the puck in the low slot. A great opportunity that time from Kayla Powell of Swan River, Manitoba. But there once again was the netminder.
So Rossignol, he's committed to Ohio State University, so one of the top players here. And she'll be going on to play for the Buckeyes. But right now, she's leading New Brunswick to a great performance here against Manitoba.
Absolutely. And Ohio State, one of the top women's hockey programs south of the border. So Rossignol definitely will be playing some very highly competitive hockey a year from now. Now with it, trying to enter the zone, it is Emma Bishop. Emma Bishop with some space, and she's going to get checked into the boards. Bash is going to center that in front, and it's in front, and nobody knows where it is, and quickly your defender of Manitoba was able to center that free. It looked like Thiessen got the touch on that. And a whistle is going to halt play. I'm not sure what the call is going to be, and maybe the puck just went inside the New Brunswick bench, and we're going to get a face-off in the neutral zone.
So Manitoba, I think, trying to regroup here. You know, in the first period, they were clogging up the neutral zone, but so far this period, New Brunswick has played very solid end-to-end hockey.
Absolutely, and maybe Manitoba a little rattle after that goal, and they will have to settle things down. They are currently tied in this one after a quick goal in the end of the first period by Misswagen, but recently Rossignol was able to tie the game at 1 goal apiece. It's now with Clody Chiasson. She's going to lose the puck, but her teammate Bash Strash is going to regain that point, but loses it once again for New Brunswick. Now in the neutral zone, it's with Ariana Waugh. Waugh finds Chiasson. Chiasson's going to dump that in and go off for a change. Now Manitoba with possession. MacArthur couldn't find the puck, and now with New Brunswick holds it inside the Manitoba end. Martin gives it to her teammate Eustace. Eustace is going to take a shot and glove down by Juliana Thompson. She's going to hang on.
So Manitoba under some pressure, but I don't think they need to panic just yet. It's a tied game. They've been playing quite well, but New Brunswick coming on strong here. It's now 20 shots to 10, but again, most of those shots by New Brunswick have been excellent opportunities.
Yeah, Juliana Thompson certainly having to make a flurry of good saves already in this one. The first 25 minutes or so would be all Manitoba, but New Brunswick has really come out of the gate in the last 10 minutes or so and tied this game up and gotten a bunch of chances on Juliana Thompson. Now coming into the zone is Manitoba, but just a little bit ahead of her is Mackenzie McCollum of Manitoba, and it will be another offside, and the puck will go just outside of the New Brunswick end. 8:15 left to go in a period of number 2 here at the Century Marina. If you were not able to watch the semifinal, one of them is completed. Alberta stunning British Columbia in overtime. 2-1 the final in that one. Ontario and Quebec will meet in semifinal number 2 at the downtown arena at 6 o'clock tonight. Manitoba with it. It's now going to go to Rachel O'Toole. Misswagen back to O'Toole. O'Toole trying to find her teammate. It looked like that was her teammate Paige MacArthur, could not get it. New Brunswick with it in the neutral zone, but clogging that up is Manitoba, and they're able to clear the zone, but not for too long as New Brunswick has possession once again. Rachel O'Toole is going to go to Misswagen. Misswagen now to number 10, Kate Gregoire. Gregoire is going to feed it right in front.
Oh, my.
It was Olivia Savard who was in front.
Yeah, that was a great play by Manitoba. Savard with very close call there, but McFarland coming up big once again for New Brunswick and holding them into this game. Yeah, Savard had all alone really in front, but McFarland closing the door.
Yeah, nobody around her, but square to the puck that time was McFarland, not giving Savard any room. A quick shot, and that looked like it may have hit the mask of McFarland. Another shot, that time it was Mazur. Hubbard trying to find some space, can't get by the New Brunswick defenders, and now it is with number 15 of New Brunswick, or 18, excuse me, Leger. Thiessen feeding it to Mazur, and now with Gregoire into the attacking end. She's going to chip that in and steered aside that time, but was McFarland. Kept in well by Thiessen, and now Hubbard has options. She's going to try and find Savard, and another left pad save by McFarland. Now New Brunswick has numbers going the other way. Lots of room for Rossignol. Rossignol's going to take a shot. That's going to go wide. Chiasson chips that into the attacking end, and all the way on the other side of the rink it is Waugh. Waugh will go all the way behind the net once again, but doesn't know that her teammate's making some changes and nobody around her to receive that pass. Now with Watt in the New Brunswick end. Finds Plord. She's going to chip that in the attacking end. Plord has it once again. Plord with space. Finds Fulham. Chiasson is going to take a shot and blocked, and Manitoba has possession. They're looking to get up ice. Dennehy trying to find Savard in the middle, but that's blocked. 5:40 left to go in period number 2. 1-1 the score after the goal by Shani Rosignol about 5 minutes into period number 2. Savard has it. Now with Powell. Powell received the pass, and Dennehy's going to go into the corner after the blocked pass attempt by New Brunswick. And chips that into the zone, trying to find it was number 17 Ringer, but New Brunswick able to get the puck once again. Chiasson. All the way down the ice, and quickly coming onto her was Fulham, but lots of space for Powell. Now with Camille Enns. Camille Enns flips that up to her teammate in the neutral zone, but good defensive play that time by Kate Cameron. Now with it in the attacking zone, New Brunswick, but blocked that time and well out of play. That shot taken by Emma Bishop, but blocked at the last moment by Camille Enns, and we'll have a stoppage.
So a little while ago there, Manitoba had a 3-on-1, and McFarland unfazed held her position and made another stone cold stop. Once again, keeping New Brunswick well in this game, and it's still tied 1-1.
McFarland's had to make 24 saves in this one, and that stop by Juliana Thompson, the Winnipeg native, her 11th of the game so far. Had 0 in period number 1, but certainly has faced a lot of rubber in period number 2. Cameron's going to backhand that pass now with number 19 and Martin. Back to Cameron, slap shot from the point and right past the stick of Eustace. She couldn't find it. Sandylands. Another quick shot, that time by Namaka. That's going to go high and wide. Leger is going to go to Kate Cameron. Eustace has space in her own zone. Trying to stretch pass, but Martin not able to get that. She's going to beat out the icing call. Martin. She has her defense, and it will be number 3, Cormier, trying to find a pass, and on the ground is Thompson, and a couple players from New Brunswick on the ice as well, and that will be shot down the ice, and that'll be an icing call. Negated icing, as it must have been touched in the neutral zone. I didn't see a touch, but the referee saw something I did not, and now New Brunswick has it in their own end. Eustace has it on the near side boards, trying to get past a couple of Manitoba and no players. That's certainly not where you want to be stick handling, but she does it well, and now it will be New Brunswick having the possession inside their own end once again. 3.5 left to go here in period number 2.
Great forechecking here by Manitoba, putting some pressure now on New Brunswick here in their zone.
Yeah, there's nowhere for New Brunswick to go as a bunch of white jerseys are crowding them, and a great chance now for Manitoba, and it'll be covered up once again by Shaylin McFarland.
So 3 minutes left here. Manitoba just putting it in front, but some aggressive forechecking there by the New Brunswick player and holding off Manitoba here in this rush.
Beeson's going to take a shot from the point. That's going to go wide of the net. Good stick check that time by Manitoba to keep it in the zone. It does eventually come out and flipped right back into the zone by Thiessen. McFarland's going to drop it to her teammate, but beating her to the puck. That time it was number 12, McCollum. Quick shot that time by MacArthur is going to be blocked, and now with it is Lezik. Lezik will chip it to her teammate. Now with it, Thiessen once again on the near side. Thiessen gets by one, a New Brunswick defender. She's going to flip that high of the net, and now New Brunswick looking to attack. Trying to beat up the icing call. She does. Number 16, Bastarash. Bastarash getting pinned in the boards by a couple of Manitoba defenders, and they have possession once again. The saucer pass now to number 12, McCollum. all the way down the ice, and lots of room now is MacArthur. MacArthur to Coward, and she can't do anything with it. She has it once again, and she's going to go behind her own net. Mazur getting by one defender and losing the puck in the neutral zone and change the possession once again. Thiessen bats that out of the air, but right there was Bishop to steal the puck away once again. And a great chance, and nobody was able to get the puck into the empty cage as Thompson was way too far out of her net after making the initial stop. And fortunately for Manitoba, nobody from New Brunswick was there. Cormier with speed, and she's going to chip that in the zone to herself, but right there the linesman was able to block that, and Manitoba now has a 2-on-1. Gregoire trying to find her teammate Hubbard, and she, on the backhand attempt, was not able to get it past the outstretched McFarland. Now with Cormier. Cormier behind her net, waiting for her teammates to set up. And a good lead pass now on the stick of Bishop. Plord can't get by Powell, and Powell is going to find her teammate Savar. Powell with it once again in the Manitoba end, under a minute left to go here in period number 2. Ringer now finds Dennehy. Dennehy into the offensive zone, has Savar looking for it in the slot. Savar will circle around, still has possession, takes a quick shot from the near side boards, but right there once again was Shayla McFarland making save at number 25.
Yeah, Savar with 3 goals in the previous game against New Brunswick, but she has been ineffective against McFarland, and I guess it was Boudreau in the previous game, and McFarland so far has Savar figured out.
Yeah, Savar's had a couple of shots in this one, a couple of good chances, but McFarland has certainly been on the right end of all those. Now with it is Misswagen. Misswagen loses the puck and has to regain control. Misswagen still with it on the far side. With speed all the way into the other end, and she's trying to set her in front, trying to look for Savar, but Savar's not there. Now with it is Rosignol. And that will just be able to hear the buzzer sound, and Rosignol didn't know how much time was left. She thought she had a little more time than she'd had, but nonetheless, we're going to be going in the second intermission, all tied up at 1 goal apiece.
Yeah, this has been a tale of 2 periods here. The first period, it was all Manitoba. Really, New Brunswick not getting any significant chances, no shots on net, pretty much completely in the New Brunswick zone in that first period. But this period, it's really opened up. Manitoba has not been able to clog up the neutral zone, and New Brunswick has had great chance after great chance, and they are back in this game, and we've got a great game on our hands coming into the third period, all tied up.
Yeah, we have a 1-1 hockey game, and we will see how this one finishes out. Certainly not the team that Manitoba thought they would see, as they saw a New Brunswick team in their second game. They beat them 4-1, but it's certainly not as easy as their first game against each other. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes for more women's hockey action here at the Canada Winter Games. Welcome back to the Centurium Arena for this consolation semifinal game. This one between Manitoba and New Brunswick. I'm Zach DeWeerden. To my left, Steve. We talked about after the first period how New Brunswick was really out of this. Manitoba was controlling the play, but that's certainly not the case after this period.
Oh yeah, New Brunswick really opened up things in that second period. I think the coach Blackmore lit a fire under this New Brunswick team. And the Manitoba team still coming up against that brick wall named Shaylin McFarland.
McFarland's already made 26 saves in this one. The quick chance that time by New Brunswick. Cormier's not able to hold the zone, and quickly with McCallum, she's trying to find Savard in the middle, and that's just past her, and now is with number 12, Fulham. Cormier has it once again in the New Brunswick zone. She's trying to find her teammate. It's going to go all the way back behind the New Brunswick end. Savard's trying to chip it towards her teammate, McCallum, and she's not able to handle that pass. Cormier is being pinned against the boards by two Manitoba attackers. Now the New Brunswick player Fulham trying to join the attack, and Manitoba has it. Ends is going to let one rip from the blue paint, and it's going to go just wide of the net. Now with McCallum again behind the net, trying to find Savard in front, and a good stick check from New Brunswick. Powell can't hold the zone. Got it tucked in between her skates. And now Manitoba has it in the neutral zone, trying to find her teammate number 19, Taylor Coward, just past her outstretched stick. Leger trying to find Haish, but Manitoba is going to give that away to Haish, and now a little bit of sloppy play in the last few seconds, and Rosignol's going to chase after that. Dennehy's going to dump that into the zone, and now with it is Gregoire. Miswagen. Back to Dennehy on the near side board. Gregoire is going to go back to Miswagen. Miswagen a shot, another pad save by McFarland. O'Toole trying to chip it towards her teammate, but good block that time by number 4, Amy Chason.
So the Manitoba team coming out strong here in this third period.
We're still yet to see our first penalty in this game, which is a rarity, to say the least, in the winter game so far. I've never seen a penalty-free period, let alone 2 straight periods in a game. But I love the non-stop flow that we've seen in this one, as McFarland will cover that one up once again for New Brunswick. We played just under 2 minutes here at the Centurium Arena. Right after this game, it will be Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. That one happening at 7:30. The winner of this game will play the winner of Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, and vice versa with the losers. We can already confirm that Alberta will be attending the gold medal game. They beat British Columbia in overtime 2-1. The second semifinal, Ontario and Quebec, happening at the downtown arena at 6 o'clock. Now with Mazur, she's going to take a shot through traffic, but another good save by McFarland. Thiessen trying to shield off Eustace. MacArthur chips that back into the zone, and now it's with Cormier. Cormier loses the puck, and it'll go all the way back to the New Brunswick end. Now with Eustace once again. Lead pass, not able to get to it is Martin. And now Manitoba trying to get something going now with Paige Hubbard. Hubbard is going to go into the zone. She's going to take a quick shot, not able to handle it, but another good save by McFarland. She's going to let the rebound go to the left corner. Hubbard's going to try and swipe that towards the front of the net, but New Brunswick does well in clearing the zone, and trying to grab that is Camille Evans, but it will be an icing call, and we'll go all the way back to the New Brunswick end.
So one of the players there on Manitoba, Kylie Lesuc, her grandfather is Bill Lesuc, played in the NHL and played for a long time with the WHA Winnipeg Jets. And interestingly, his nickname is the Tractor, a real grinder of a player, and he could be tuning in. So a shout out to Bill Lesuc and his granddaughter, Kylie Lesuc.
Kylie Lesuc certainly doing a lot for this Manitoba team. And now with it for number 11, Kylie Lesuc. Ends. That shot gets blocked by Plord, quickly trying to whack at that was Hubbard, but another block by New Brunswick. Enns has it once again. Ciccolone is not able to get that into the Manitoba end, and that's going to be dumped all the way back for New Brunswick. Handling it is McFarland. And now with it, Plord. Plord with speed into the neutral zone. It skips off her stick, and she's just going to have to dump that into the Manitoba end. Powell. She finds Coward. Coward with space in the neutral zone. Now to McCollum. McCollum is going to find Coward once again, redirecting that in front. McFarland had it for a second, lost it, but then is able to cover it up once again. Already a couple of saves for McFarland in this period, bringing her total of 31 in this game.
Yeah, it feels like neither team wanting to take too many risks here. You know, in that second period, New Brunswick was playing a little more freely, but both teams seem a little bit cautious here, not wanting to give up a goal.
And it looks like McCollum got kicked out of the faceoff. Coming in to take it is Olivia Savard, and Olivia Savard elects not to take it, so Taylor Coward will be nominated to take the faceoff. She does win it cleanly. Now to Misswaugan. Misswaugan back to McCollum into the zone to Taylor Coward. She cannot get a handle on that. Savard is going to put a backhand pass to Coward. Coward falls down, but is able to get a pass to McCollum. O'Toole. Her shot, that's going to go off the side of the net now with Misswaugan. Into the neutral zone, handling that. Rachel O'Toole quickly honors Fulham. Fulham's going to draw a penalty or take a penalty. I'm not sure what the referee is pointing at.
Well, that's the first penalty of the game, a hooking call on Team Manitoba.
You're right, it will be Rachel O'Toole going to the box for hooking. It was Fulham drawing the penalty after she got her stick wrapped around her by O'Toole, and for the first time, we're going to see Manitoba be one woman short in this one, as the power play for New Brunswick has scored in their last 3 games. So watch for that. They have a lot of good shooters on that power play, and they can cycle the puck very well, and looking for that perfect shot, and plenty of them.
A golden opportunity here for New Brunswick to get the upper hand on Manitoba.
Absolutely. Manitoba's able to clear the zone, and there could be a 2-on-1, but good play that time by New Brunswick. Number 12, Fulham. Now with it on the near side boards, it is Leger. Leger is going to go to Eustace. Eustace is going to get her pass blocked by Misswaugan. Behind the net, Hayes trying to find Eustace and cleared the zone, but good play that time by Leger to keep it inside the Manitoba end. Hayes behind her net. Eustace now has it. Eustace is going to go to Cormier. Cormier with the shot, and good save that time by Thompson with the blocker, and has to lunge in front and gloves that down.
A cannonading shot for number 3, Dominique Cormier. She plays with Stansted College in the JWHL.
Cormier, one of the many New Brunswick blue liners who are not afraid to let one rip, and that one certainly a powerful shot and a great save by the Manitoba netminder. Rosignol trying to fend off the Manitoba player, but in the end it will be cleared by number 3, Camille Enns. Cormier with it. On her well is Ringer, but she cannot keep it in the New Brunswick end and just dump down, and now New Brunswick has a chance to set back up on the power play. Still 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Hayes battling with Enns in the corner. She's going to her knees, but is able to keep possession now with Rosignol. Rosignol still in that corner and quickly picked up by Leger. She has room. She's going to go inside, and a strong move that time by number 18, Stephanie Leger of New Brunswick, but handled by the Manitoba netminder Thompson.
Some great effort there by New Brunswick, pushing hard, almost a chance there on net, but not able to convert. Still 26 seconds left in this penalty.
New Brunswick has done well in this power play, getting a couple passes and a couple scoring chances, but just not one that's been able to beat Thompson. Now with Savard. Savard's all alone in the offensive end and gets tripped up, and that'll go as a penalty. It looks like Fulham, who drew the penalty for New Brunswick, will be heading to the box for tripping Savard still on the edge, slow to get up, but she looks like she'll be all right. So 4-on-4 for 11 seconds, and then a minute 49 for Manitoba with the man advantage.
A tough penalty here for New Brunswick. That looked a bit unnecessary to put that pressure on Savard.
Yeah,
and
Savard only herself and 2 New Brunswick players. So like you said, the tripping penalty really not needed. And quickly, Manitoba is able to win that faceoff, and they likely will keep it for the duration of this 4-on-4 and quickly have their teammate, number 6, Rachel O'Toole, join them on the power play. Thiessen with it. Coming into the power play now is MacArthur. A quick shot that time by Savard, but gone in the corner from McFarland, and able to clear the zone is New Brunswick. Misswagen. On her is Cormier. Still with it is Savard. Savard stick handling into the offensive zone. It's going to give it to Misswagen. Misswagen back to Savard. Savard finds her teammate Hubbard. Misswagen back to Hubbard. Quick shot that time, and it's going to be steered aside by McFarland. Another good clearance.
A beautiful setup there by Misswagen, but again, Manitoba not able to convert on that play.
New Brunswick is able to clear the zone once again, and Manitoba now with it, number 4. Kayla Powell is going to be batted down with a high stick, and we will have a face-off in the Manitoba end.
Well, some of our fans online hoping for a close game here, and it is very, very close with 12 minutes left. And now New Brunswick getting a little bit of a break with a face-off in the Manitoba zone with 43 seconds left in this penalty to New Brunswick.
Manitoba, like New Brunswick, has had a couple of chances on the man advantage, but not able to get anything by McFarland. McFarland, after giving up that goal late in the first period, has really been steady in this one, already 32 saves to her name. Face-off won by Manitoba, and they have time to set up one more rush here and hopefully keep that in the Manitoba or New Brunswick end. But Eustace with the good steal that time on Dennehy.
Great forechecking here by New Brunswick.
Now with the Gregoire. Powell's going to go back to Gregoire, back to Powell at the blue line. Now with Camille Enns. Kate Gregoire. And circling back and going back is Namaka. Enns elects to take the shot, and seeing that the whole way is Shaylin McFarland. She'll cover that one up for another faceoff. 10 seconds left to go in the man advantage. 34-14 the shots on net, but what matters is that it's a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, McFarland playing very strong, but definitely New Brunswick, a defensive team here. They're always quick on any sort of rebounds, so they've been helping out McFarland and keeping this very, very close here. 11 and a half minutes to go.
Misswagen is going to go to Savard. Savard trying to find her teammate O'Toole, but blocked by New Brunswick, but kept in the zone well by Misswagen. Savard's going to take a shot, and that's going to go for Savard. That's her 5th goal of this tournament and 4th goal against New Brunswick.
So Savard finally figuring out McFarland, but again, I think that you can't blame McFarland on this. It looked like a direction there. So Savard, front of the net, and again, I think off one of the New Brunswick players, maybe off their shin pad, and in it goes.
It will not go as the power play goal, as coming out of the box just in time was a number 12, Catherine Fulham, but Manitoba never really lost possession since the end of that power play, and Olivia Savard is able to restore that 1-goal lead for Team Manitoba.
So 5 goals in this tournament for Savard, 4 of them against New Brunswick.
And we talked about McFarland having Savard's number in this one, but Savard certainly has had New Brunswick number in this tournament. 4 goals for Savard against the Maritime Province. Now with Misswagen. Misswagen with space. She's going to take a shot redirected by number 1, Katrina Cormier, who is the younger sister of Dominique Cormier, the blue liner for New Brunswick.
Yeah, we've got a couple sister pairings in this game, the Cormier sisters and the MacArthur sisters for Manitoba.
Great chance by Rosignol after the alley-oop pass by Haish, but a great save by Thompson.
And Thompson actually lost sight of it. She wasn't sure where it was, and it was just in front of her pads. If a New Brunswick player had got there, it could have been a goal. Yeah, she's lost sight of it. Where is it? Where is it? But then she covers up.
That's the worst feeling as a goaltender, knowing that you don't know where it is and that a teammate might, but the offensive player was right there as well. But luckily for Thompson, her teammate was able to give it back to Thompson. She was able to cover that up for another faceoff. A quick shot in from behind the net. A great chance by New Brunswick. That'll go as a goal, I believe. It was Kaylee Robertson. Excuse me, number 16, Janelle Bastarash was able to poke that free.
Great work here by New Brunswick. A quick pass in front, and in she goes.
It was Kaylee Robertson getting the assist from behind the net, and Bastarash doing really well of knowing where she should be, going right to the front of the net. That's where a lot of these goals happen, and she was able to receive that centering pass from Robertson and poke that in between the pipes and past Thompson, and ties this game right up quickly after about a minute and a half after Manitoba scored to give themselves the lead once again. New Brunswick answers right away.
Wow, you know, New Brunswick, they got behind a goal and they opened things up, starting to take a few risks. And we are all tied up once again. New Brunswick responding every time to Manitoba's goals.
About halfway down period number 3, we're knotted up 2-2 between New Brunswick and Manitoba. Mishwagon is looking for a redirection. Nobody there, so that's going to go into the corner. All the way down into the neutral zone, and quickly trying to get to that is Plord, but Mishwagon does well to fend off her. Now with it, Emma Bishop of New Brunswick. Fulham trying to keep the puck in the Manitoba end. And Sandylands is battling inside that corner as well. A couple of players trying to poke that puck free, and it's now in the neutral zone, and getting it is Ariane Waugh.
So that was Bastarash's first goal of this tournament, and she noted when she signed up with the Canada Games that this was one of the highlights of her hockey career, making this team, and I think scoring that goal to tie it up has definitely got to be one of the highlights of her hockey career.
Absolutely. Bastarash, the Memra-Cook native of New Brunswick, and that one will be covered up by Juliana Thompson for Manitoba. And New Brunswick, after we've said it before, a very lackluster first period, have really come out of the gates in period number 2 and period number 3 and really battled with Manitoba.
Yeah, we have a fantastic battle on our hands. That's a great word, Zach, to use for this game.
Now with the number 19, Martin. Martin on the far side board. She'll just chip that in for her teammates to get into the zone. Battling now with it is Eustace, but able to handle that is number 3, Camille Enns. Martin trying to find Cameron. That's going to hop off of her stick and back into the neutral zone. Dennehy. Dennehy has space. Going into the slot, trying to go for that top left corner, but that's going to go high and wide. Cross-check that time by LaPlante. Nobody there, though, and no referee is going to call that. LaPlante still with it for New Brunswick in her own end. Powell trying to keep the puck in for Manitoba. She does so successfully. Dennehy now with it. Still with Dennehy. Camille Enns with it at the point. She's going to wind up, take a shot, and just past the net is that shot by Camille Enns. Keeping that in is Powell. Now with it is Gregoire. Namaka, excuse me, is not able to get that shot through the New Brunswick defenders, and now it's in the neutral zone once again for Manitoba. Coming out to play it, McFarland is going to leave it for Cormier. 7:40 left to go in period number 3, 2-2 after a couple goals by each team. Savard got one, and just a few minutes ago, Janelle Bastarash was able to tie it up.
A little bit of a risky move there by Thompson to pass it to her teammate, but it worked out well, and Manitoba now pushing here with 7 minutes left in this game.
Savard has it once again. She tried to find Thiessen, who went back to Savard, but that pass a little too hot for her to handle. And now New Brunswick has it in the neutral zone. Stolen again, MacArthur. Now with it is Valerie Haysh of New Brunswick trying to find her teammate Rosignol. It's going to go all the way down, and icing is the call. We'll go back to the Manitoba end. 6:55 now left to go in this one. 2-2 between Manitoba and New Brunswick.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if New Brunswick can get a little more aggressive. You know, every time they start taking some chances, they can open things up a little bit, and that's how they scored their 2 goals.
A little eager that time was Catherine Fulham. She'll get kicked out of the faceoff. Now taking it, Emma Bishop. Centering pass now for Plord. She still has it in the slot. Now with it is Bishop. Bishop will just flick that back in behind the Manitoba end. Coward is not able to clear the zone. Good job by Cameron to keep that in, but Manitoba is able to get it out. It'll be offside as Taylor Coward was just a step in front of that blue paint. And the faceoff will come in the neutral zone, but on the Manitoba end. 6.5 minutes left to go in this one.
Well, this is turning into a nail biter here in Red Deer. This is the battle for to enter into the 5th place game coming up tomorrow.
That's right.
And New Brunswick playing well above their 8th seed spot here up against the 3rd seed Manitoba.
Great chance that time by Lessick, but it will be another good save by Shaylin McFarland and keeping this at a 2-2 game. McFarland certainly being busy in this one already. 34 saves in this one. And only
the 2 goals, the 2 shots that got past McFarland were both tricky deflections. So McFarland playing an absolutely superb game here.
McFarland certainly keeping New Brunswick in this one. And now with it, on the corner is Plord. Plord battling a couple of Manitoba attackers, still able to keep control of it is New Brunswick. And now into the neutral zone, chasing after that. Still with it is now Plord in front, and she's going to take a shot, but a great glove save that time by Juliana Thompson, who has not been tested too much in this period, but certainly made a big glove save that time on number 72, Erica Plord.
Oh yeah, great shot by Plord there, and Thompson just shutting the door there. A beautifully set up play.
Juliana Thompson of St. Mary's Academy in Winnipeg with a big glove save and keeping this at a 2-2 hockey game.
St. Mary's Academy, a great school in Winnipeg. I think they had their 100th anniversary not too long ago, and a great hockey school. And it's just across the Assiniboine River from the Balmoral High School, which also has quite a few players on this Manitoba team.
3 players from St. Mary's Academy. Also joining Juliana Thompson is Danica Namika and Kate Gregoire. Now with the New Brunswick in their own end, is going to lose the puck. And it's Powell. Powell's going to find Dennehy. She's going to rip a shot, and it's going to go just wide of the net. Unable to clear the zone is New Brunswick. That's going to go back into the New Brunswick end. McFarland will handle that, and Manitoba making some changes. Dominique Cormier. McCollum is able to fend off her, and she's going to center it in front, and McFarland has to poke that free. Now with the Martin, she's going to handle that into the neutral zone. New Brunswick making some changes. Martin is all alone inside the Manitoba end. Now she has some teammates ready to help her out. Martin finds Waugh. All the way down ice. And it will be an icing. No, the linesman says no, not enough speed on that one, and quickly taking that one up is Leger. Waugh with it now behind the New Brunswick end. Back to Martin. Now with it, Rachel Eustace. Trying to get by the Manitoba defender. She loses possession, and now Manitoba has it with Savard. Leger trying to find Waugh on the other side. She does. The pass is weak, and eventually Ringer's able to get by there, but New Brunswick clears the zone.
Yeah, Manitoba is starting to get a little more aggressive on their forechecking, which is what they did in that first period. And I think that's going to be the recipe that Manitoba needs here to put some pressure on New Brunswick and get that third and winning goal.
Plourde loses it in the neutral zone, and now it is with Sandylands. Kareen Sandylands still has possession. She'll go into the zone herself. Still with it behind the net. Centering in front, and nobody there to pick up that pass. Emma Bishop with speed coming into the Manitoba end. Emma Bishop, again, another centering pass employed right there, but that weak shot steered aside by Thompson. Checked into the boards by New Brunswick, and now Manitoba looks to regroup and get out of the zone. That pass just out front of the reach of Coward, and New Brunswick is able to set up once again. Now with it is number 6 from Manitoba, Rachel O'Toole. She'll go to Dennehy. Now all the way back to Misswaugan. Misswaugan has it with some time and space, and that shot is blocked. Dennehy with it into the corner.
So Misswaugan joining the rush there. The defenseman having a great game here against New Brunswick.
And McFarland was forced to make a big save that time on Namaka of Manitoba, and keeps that at a 2-2 hockey game.
Almost.
Heish gets tripped up, no arm up from the referee. They're going to let that one slide. Rosignol now steals it in the neutral zone, but Manitoba able to regain possession. Now with Dennehy. Dennehy on the near side boards, flips it in front, trying to find Gregoire, but being tied up by the New Brunswick defender. Kayla Powell will flip that into the zone. A couple changes from Manitoba. Dominique Cormier trying to find her teammate Hayes, but that's going to get past her and into the Manitoba end. Olivia Savard, who scored for Manitoba, and that's going to be just outside. We have got 90 seconds left to play in this one, 2-2. And there's going to be 10 minutes of overtime if we do need overtime. There's still plenty of hockey left to play in these two teams. Both of them, I'm sure, don't want to go to overtime. They want it to end in regulation. But who is going to take it? We don't know yet.
Yeah, a real nail biter here in Red Deer. Again, New Brunswick starting to open things up again. They want to win this before overtime, as you mentioned, Zach. Again, Manitoba, the key, I think, is aggressive forechecking on this New Brunswick team.
Savard trying to flip it past the New Brunswick defenders. And able to cover that up is McFarland. Good opportunity that time by Olivia Savard. A really creative move, but just pushed it a little bit too far in front of her. McFarland was able to cover that one up. 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in this one as both teams make some changes, get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, I think it was key that McFarland covered that one up and just got New Brunswick to regroup. That was a great rush by Manitoba here in the dying moments of regulation.
Now with it, Ariane Waugh. Good move by Bishop, and now it's a 2-on-1 for New Brunswick. A quick shot off the crossbar by number 12, Catherine Fulham. You don't get a whole lot closer in the last minute.
My goodness, put it over the shoulder of Thompson, but not quite enough to get it in.
Coward with it, trying to clear the zone. She does, but now with it is Plourde. Plourde finds Bishop. Plourde will enter the zone. She has some space. Looks for Rosignol. Rosignol with space. Trying to find it is Emma Bishop in front, and she just cannot get a handle on that. Bishop.
This is the game New Brunswick wants to play. They're a great freewheeling team.
And Plourde will just fire that, looking for a tip, and it will be handled that time by Juliana Thompson. She'll cover up 18.5 seconds left to go, and a great chance by Catherine Fulham. She beat Thompson, but cannot beat the crossbar.
Oh, yeah, right over the shoulder of Thompson. Wow, what a game here. New Brunswick starting to take some risks and really getting some great opportunities.
Trying to find Gregoire, making that stretch pass, but it will be Plourde taking that one up, and an offside. Now, as a little bit in front of that play was number 21, Katrina Cormier. 6.3 seconds left to go, so it almost seems inevitable that we're going to go to overtime in this one. A couple seconds left to go in this one. But an exciting game, and it'll look like we'll get a little bit more of exciting hockey as the final buzzer sounds in the third period, but we're not done yet. 2-2 in this one.
Wow, what an exciting game here. Tied up, certainly after that first period. I don't think anyone was predicting a game like this, but you know, the coach of New Brunswick, Blackmore, seems to have, you know, lit a fire under this team. They've really opened things up. And again, I think the key for Manitoba is aggressive forechecking. When they were doing that in the first period, they were getting lots of chances, really keeping the New Brunswick team on their heels. But New Brunswick has come to life in the last two periods, and this has been an absolute barn burner here in Red Deer.
Absolutely. Olivia Savard scored 8 minutes into the third period, and just under a minute later, Janelle Bastarch was able to knot the game up. We're just going to have 3 minutes of break here in the game between Manitoba and New Brunswick before we go to overtime. So, Steve, if you are the New Brunswick team, what would you tell if you were the head coach, what would you tell the New Brunswick team?
Well, you know, it's tricky here, right? You're a little bit cautious. You're going to overtime. You know it's sudden death. Any sort of mistake could end your chances of getting to that fifth place game. But New Brunswick, when they open up, when they start making some passes, it really sets up some great opportunities. And I think the Manitoba coach giving some instructions here to the team, and you know, trying to calm them down. Looks like he's trying to calm them down. I think, you know, they're in the number 3 seed. They've got some fantastic players, a lot of great players. And I think just keep that aggressive forecheck and keep the pressure on New Brunswick. And I think that's the secret here for Manitoba going into this sudden death overtime here in Red Deer.
So likely the player of the game will be the goal scorer, but certainly I think that Shayla McFarland has certainly put her name in the hat for that category, as she has played an unbelievable game in this one, already 35 saves, and she was extremely busy in periods number 1 and 2, and had to make a couple of good saves in period number 3 to keep this game at a 2-2 hockey game. Yeah,
McFarland no doubt has capitalized on the opportunity given to her by the New Brunswick head coach. And, you know, again, she's been playing really good low down. She's a very tall player, and when she can play low down and still protect a lot of the net. And we're going to switch sides here, but my goodness, I am absolutely loving this game here in Red Deer at Centrium. Normally home of the exciting Red Deer Rebels, but right now home of a very exciting battle between Manitoba and New Brunswick. Sudden death coming up.
So we have played 3 games in this day so far here at the Canada Winter Games, and 3 games have gone into overtime. As we saw Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland, that went into a shootout, and that was able to choose the 9th place winner in that one. And before this one, there was Alberta and British Columbia. That one went into overtime as well. Alberta came out on top on that one. 2-1 is the score, so Alberta able to clinch their spot in the gold medal game. British Columbia will play for bronze, but this one is to choose who will be going into the 5th place game and who will be going into the 7th place game. It looks like 3-on-3 hockey here for 5 minutes before a shootout. So a lot of space out there for all of the women out there right now. And McCollum has it on the near side board. She's going to try and create something herself, circles it back. McCollum has space, and she finds Miss Wagon. Miss Wagon will circle around Plord. And now with it is Savard. Savard scored in the 3rd period. Savard will take a shot steered aside by McFarland. Still with the Savard, fending off Plord of New Brunswick. McCollum has it at the point. McCollum looks for Miss Wagon, but taken away is Plord, and she has space. She is away to the races, and great stick check that time by McCollum. Steered away, but not out of danger by Thompson.
Great chances here by both teams, but New Brunswick almost a breakaway there, not able to convert, but New Brunswick putting some pressure here on Manitoba.
Plord's pass intended for Emma Bishop, just out of her reach, and now Cormier will go back to Bishop. It's a 2-on-1 as a bad line change by Manitoba. Eustace all alone, but Thompson able to get a piece of that. Eustace did not get the shot that she wanted. Now with it is Leger, a big hit that time by Misswaugan, and both players are still on the ice. Misswaugan in some pain.
Misswaugan struggling to get to her feet as Belleville, the ref, helps her to the bench. Misswaugan in some pain here.
And now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Now with it still is number 18, Dennehy. Dennehy looks to go behind the net intended for Gregoire, but able to steal that as well. We played just over a minute and a half here in the overtime period. Rachel Eustace will take a shot, glove down by Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson calming things down a little bit. Eustace with a nice shot there, but she just fanned on that golden opportunity, that setup from Bishop earlier in this overtime.
Bishop
wow.
Intended for Eustace, and Eustace just did not get the shot that she wanted. Thompson was right there, but Eustace not able to get the shot off. Misswaugan still on the bench in some pain, being attended by the trainer. We'll keep you updated. She's not yet in the dressing room, but that would certainly be a big loss for Manitoba.
Yeah, Misswaugan, one of the top players here in Manitoba, and they're going to have to go, it looks like, go without her for the rest of this overtime.
Kayla Powell is going to bring the puck in the zone. She's going to try a shot, but that's blocked by Rosindo. Kayla Powell gets the rebound off of Kayla McFarland, and she's going to tuck that into the cage. The backhand opportunity by Kayla Powell, who missed the shot, blocked, is able to keep up with it, and she will put that into the cage past Kayla McFarland, and Manitoba comes away with the victory over New Brunswick in overtime, and will be playing for 5th place tomorrow.
A great second effort by Powell there. Keep pushing to the net. It comes up open, and McFarland not able to stop that one. The Swan River, Manitoba native getting the winner in overtime.
New Brunswick, no shame in this one. They played a very tough game throughout the whole way, was able to keep up with a tough Manitoba team, but New Brunswick nonetheless will be playing for 7th place tomorrow.
New Brunswick digging deep into the suitcase of courage on this game here. The 8th seed really putting a lot of pressure on the number 3 seed. Hats off to both teams, but New Brunswick and McFarland certainly very deserving of a, just let them know that great game here, but Manitoba coming out on top with that overtime goal by Powell. Wow, what a great game here in Red Deer, Zach.
Yeah, it certainly was an overtime thriller in this one, and that means in this game it will be Manitoba. They will be playing the winner of Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. That game will be coming up later, 7:30 here at the Centrum. And New Brunswick will be playing the loser of that one. Those games both happening tomorrow at Connects Arena. But for Steve, I am Zach DeWeerd, and we hope that you all have a great rest of your evening.